Nice gains to end the week at equity peaks. Try to make this video brief, even though I have a lot of observations I could make. We were up 25.50 on the 250K portfolio in live trading, up 31.50 in the 50K portfolio, and we had some differences between the hypotheticals and the live, and I'll go over that. There was some data, seems to be some data errors, data getting stuck in TradeStation, generating some different signals. And we had an extra gain on the EVPs and missed a trade on tick count trend on the 250K portfolio, which went in our favor, while the 50K portfolio did not get the extra EVP trades and it missed the tick count trend trade. And so this takes us up on the week, brand new equity peaks, up on the month and up on the year. We are at equity peak, so there's no drawdown. We came into the day at about a $700 drawdown, and we went through those pretty big equity peak. Lately we've been making small equity peaks. The last equity peak was 4,700, and then now we make a 14K equity peak with this $20,000 gain roughly. So the 250K portfolio, the old 250K portfolio, was up 25.90, and I'll show you those differences really quickly as well. Let's go over the trades on the day. Cobra 3 plus 575. Tick Pulse was up minus 312.50, plus 1537.50 on Tick Wave, plus 1187 on Adaptive Moving Average, and plus 775 on Tick Count Trend Dynamic Turnaround. The chopper strategies and fast mean reversion strategies did a good job just staying out of the market on a day like today. Nasdaq, Cobra 3 up 1375, Viper up 380, EVP1. Now this is the strategy. I had an extra 110 points gain here and an extra 110 point gain here because I got a signal at 13,154, and I noticed on my research platform it wasn't there, and so I exited at 13,270. So it's about 115 point gain, and that's times 2, so 2,300 times 2, which is $4,600, and I missed this trade because of a data error, which is tick count trend, which is about 600. So plus 4K for me on my side with the data errors at TradeStation. Notice the data is getting hung, and so 4K difference would have us at 21,132.50. I guess there's some slippage differences, there's some extra things in this type of market. It worked in our favor though today, and one of the things I do want to check with TradeStation on is this data. The chart is not always updating as quickly as the price is changing, and so I'm seeing some data differences and causing some signal differences and potential extra slippage. So I don't know if that's with their latest update, but if you're seeing that problem, let me know or comment below, and it'll be good to know if more than one person is having that issue. I have that on several platforms, on a VPS and on my desktop. And so let's finish going over the rest of the trades. The EVP1, the second trade of the day was minus 180 and minus 180. So these are the official trades. The unofficial trades were I had a trade that was up 115 points that I exited and refreshed, and that disappeared. You see the signals disappearing. Tick pullback is one of the top trades on the day, plus 3,100. Robot plus 34.80. AT 2022 plus 31.40. Tick reversal plus 2,085. Tick count trend plus 575. Minus 12.25 on momentum reversal, the only trade to get short today. So it acts as sort of as a hedge. Zigzag plus 675 on the day. And so good trading today to equity peaks. One of the things that I've noticed is that this robot, or AT 2020, the difference, I'm going to go over the difference between these two portfolios, because the old portfolio with just 23 strategies did a little better hypothetically speaking. What was that difference? AT 2020, we just removed it. This happened with robot, and we'll go over that. But AT 2020, we just removed it. This strategy, the market has a way of doing this. It just feels like it's kind of a bad joke sometimes when, historically this does well. It did well in 2022. Not a single winner all year. Just straight down Every trade has been a loser so far in 2023. We come into May, we remove it coming into May, has one break-even stop for minus 25, hypothetically, and then boom, it hits this big winner. And so fortunately, it's close to Robot and AT 2022. This happened with Robot last year. We removed Robot. It went through more than twice its worst-case losing streak. We stopped trading. We didn't just remove Robot. We just stopped trading in mid-December to get ready for January, and it has recovered since. And we have taken some trades recently in Robot, so we were able to take advantage of those trades. But it's absolutely, when it goes through a really bad losing streak and then the very next trade it starts to recover, it always kind of gets you. And that's what happened with AT 2020. That's an extra 3140 trade, and we removed that. And so you can just see from the periodical returns that it has not had a single winner all year long, just losing all the way till you get to this, until we remove it. Then it has a big trade. And so kind of suspected that we would, but we had to manage our risk, and we added some other strategies. So AT 2022 was still in, Robot was still in, and fortunately we had some errors that went our way in EVP1 that put us up there. And so comment below, or let me know if you're having data errors, if you got these extra EVP trades, or if you missed this tick count trend trade. The micros had the worst of both. They didn't get the extra EVP trade, and they missed the tick count trend trade. Well, we got the extra EVP trade on the E-minis, but also missed the tick count trend. So overall, it was net profitable. So in general, as we look at the market, it was good to see. We had Apple earnings after hours, and then we had jobs report pre-market, and none of those, and then Fed on Wednesday, none of those gapped the market up beyond a normal daily range. And so if you look at the pre-market, the market did gap up above yesterday's high, and then it went to Wednesday's high, pulled back on FOMC, and then pushed through it, then pulled back. And so it still didn't make it through the 3170 highs over here, which this was on Monday. And so it pulled back in front of that, gave back a little bit of our profits from our intraday equity peaks. Psychologically speaking, we had a 10K gain on Tuesday, gave that back. Today, when you go through that experience down up 10K, you give it, you're in the day at minus 800 after being up 10K. When you're on a day like today, psychologically, you're up 10K and you say, I'm not going to let that happen again. And you kind of want to get out and just call it a day. This is what happens is that you take a day that's up 10K, you're down minus 800, then you trade a day like today, and you say, I'm up 10K, so I'm going to get out, and it doesn't give it back, it goes up and is up 20K, then you're only up 10K when you should have been up 20K. So even if you use discretionary overrides, you have to be consistent. I don't recommend doing discretionary overrides, but if you do use discretionary overrides, you have to say, okay, I'm up 10K, I'm out on a day like that, and I'm up 10K here, and I'm out on a day like this. You're still up 20K on the net of these 2 days, and pretty close to what we would match, pretty close to what we were, where we were at in systematic trading. And so, once again, don't use discretionary overrides unless you're willing to take that extra risk. But if you do take discretionary overrides, don't go back and forth on your rules. Don't just let it ride one day and then override it another day. Have a consistent method if you're going to use discretionary overrides, and have a good idea whether that discretionary idea would work or not. And so that's what I wanted to share with you on this Friday as we make equity peaks, the psychology behind trading and markets and the results on the day. So once again, here are the final results on the day for Friday, May the 5th, 2023, hitting equity peaks as we were long all day. Hey, David Bean here. Welcome to Capstone Trading Systems YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to join our community of algorithmic traders. We are real money traders. We share our winning streaks, we share our losing streaks, as well as market updates, strategies, and coding tips.